Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be what the narcissist wanted to take. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So the narcissist wanted to take virtually anything they could from you. And in videos I mentioned so frequently, they wanted to take your time, your money, energy, effort, love, empathy, everything. I'm going to dig into each one of these. The first thing would be time. When the narcissist entered the relationship with you, they knew that that relationship would last a period of time. Maybe it would be a day, maybe it would be a season, maybe it would be a year, a decade, a lifetime. But the narcissist was looking to consume your time. That's why when you were in the narcissistic fog and you were existing in the devaluation stage, what you were doing is you were working for the narcissist. You were putting out the fires that they were starting. You were believing in the mask. You were believing in the false narrative of the narcissist. You thought that that person had your best interest at heart. We now know that they didn't, they don't, and they never will. And time was something that they wanted to take away from you. They wanted you to use your time to catapult them forward and to improve their life or their lifestyle or their circumstances to the detriment of your own. That is why you put them on a pedestal, most likely, or you kept on giving them opportunities and kept on giving them chances to change or to improve their poor behavior or to want to introspect and to want to do the right thing. The narcissist, they can't do anything other than what their tiny little pea brain wants them to do. And what they want to do is they want to keep people trapped in that narcissistic fog. They want to keep people stuck. They want to keep people pining for them, thinking about them. They want to be living in people's minds. The narcissist does not, and I repeat, does not want you to figure out who they are. They do not want you to break the trauma bond. They do not want you to go no contact. They do not want you to heal. But so many things that the narcissist wanted to take from you, time was at the top of that list, because many times people I will be working with, they will say to me, well, I can't get that time back. That really did some damage to me. And I mean, I wasted so much of my life. Well, my take on that is you didn't waste any period of your life. Now, you can believe what you want to believe, but I personally don't believe I've wasted any time in my life. Everything I've ever done has led me up to this point in time right here, right now with you. As I'm creating this video, you're consuming it. And what you're probably doing is you're probably having a morning coffee or tea, or maybe you're on a plane, a train, automobile. Maybe this is the last video you'll be consuming tonight before you go to bed. Maybe you're sneaking this video in during work, and if you are, good job. Point being is that you are healing. You're learning about yourself. And I don't believe you've wasted any time in your life, because everything you've gone through, including the narcissistic abusive relationship, that has got you to right here and right now. And remember, many people don't make it out of the narcissistic abusive cycle. Many people don't find that needle in a haystack. Many people don't put two and two together that they were in a narcissistic relationship, but that's not you. You are acquiring the wisdom. You are coupling that with your experience in the narcissistic relationship, and you're understanding that you are not, number one, alone. Number two, there are hundreds of millions of us who have gone through the cycle, but you're a fortunate person because you're either not in the narcissistic abusive cycle, or you just got out, or you are creating and developing and looking to execute an exit plan to get yourself as far away from the narcissist as possible. But again, I can't say this, I can't emphasize this enough. You are out, or you are about to be out. You're fortunate because you figured out what relationship you were in. Now again, did you want to go through that relationship? Absolutely not. Did the narcissist tell you who they were up front? No, they didn't. Did they manipulate you and keep you trapped and kept on stringing you along? Most likely. Did they know what they were doing? Yes, they did. What did they want to take from you? Your time. That's the first thing on this list of things that they want to take from you. Another thing they want to take from you was your empathy and your love. These are both interchangeable for this video. The narcissist does not have empathy or love. They don't know what it's like to love another person. They're empty inside, and they know it. Many times the narcissist will act and they will feign love or fake love, and that is meant to have them blend in with society, that yes, they are similar to other people. Well, they're not even close. They're shapeshifters, they're dark energy forces or dark energy sources. They blend in and enmesh into society, and they have no empathy or love within them. What they want to do is they wanted to take that from you. They wanted to turn you into them, if you will. They wanted to take you down as low in the vibrational state where they exist as they possibly could, because they did not want you, and you are a beautiful, bright, shining light. They didn't want you to ascend and to figure out who they were. So they kept you trapped in a mental prison, emotional prison, spiritual prison, a financial prison, and they wanted to do their best to make sure that they had that lock, and they locked you up there and they threw away the key. They did not want you to escape, but you did, or you're doing it. And this is a pivotal part of the video. This is a pivotal part of your life. You see, you cannot unsee what you've seen. You've gone through so many things in that relationship that you thought were unfathomable, but yet here you are. You now know what gaslighting is, what triangulation is, my least favorite thing that these people do, what the smear campaign is. You now know what rage fits are, what projection is, what mirroring is, what the silent treatment is, blame shifting, etc. You see, you now have gone down the rabbit hole of education and exploration. You've done the deep dive on not only yourself and narcissism and figured out who that person was, but now you're looking all around you and you're identifying that perhaps there are other toxic people in your life. Maybe it's your immediate family members, your mom, your dad, your brother, sister. Maybe it's a coworker, a colleague, or an alleged quote-unquote best friend from 10, 20, 30 years. You see, many people are envious of you. Many people are jealous of you. And yes, there are people that want to be you. Now, you may say, well, who would want to be me? What are you talking about? Well, if you possess that beautiful, bright, shining light that I speak of on the channel almost in every video recently, then you know what I'm talking about. You see, you're honest, you're authentic, you're genuine. You have something that most people don't have. You have the ability to be you. And that's what the narcissist saw. That's what they wanted to take away from you. The narcissist wanted to make sure that you did not, and I mean did not, be yourself. They wanted to turn you inside out. Think about you being the beautiful, bright, shining light. Well, when you were in that narcissistic relationship, you felt anything but that because you felt that you were in a dark place or a dark space because that's where you were. That's when you're in the trauma bond. That's when you were in the narcissistic fog. And that's where you were when the relationship ended for a period of time until you got that needle in a haystack and you really slowed your life down and processed things and journaled and meditated and watched videos and wrote and healed childhood wounds, if I didn't say that. This is when you do all the deep diving on yourself, and slowly the darkness fades, slowly the fog lifts, slowly you begin to elevate and ascend higher than the sun, the moon, and the stars because you are the beautiful, bright, shining light. The narcissist did their best to not only take you down for the count, but to turn you inside out. They wanted to keep you trapped where they live mentally, emotionally, spiritually, in that dark space. This is why the narcissist cannot sit still. This is why the narcissist goes on from person to person. This is why the narcissist blows up every relationship they ever enter. This is why the narcissist has no stability in their life. This is why the narcissist is on multiple smartphones. It's why they're always gallivanting the globe looking for the next new shiny object. And at one point that was you. Remember, you're not an object. You're a beautiful human being full of love, empathy, kindness, fulfillment, direction. You are the person that has now put yourself back together, or you are putting yourself back together. And one pivotal part of the healing path that you've had to do, or you will do in the future, is to go no contact, to block these people, delete them, remove them and all flying monkeys and people associated with them. If not now, when? Understand what I'm sharing with you. Once you block these people and you really understand that it's not just the narcissist who didn't have your best interests, it's a lot of other people. And again, it's not everybody, but there are a lot of people who claim to be one person and they are not even close to that person. Think about the communal narcissist for a moment, who praises the Lord and says that they're holier than thou, and they can read any scripture from any culture from 100 years ago or 5,000 years ago. And their words are like a snake charmer. Their words are alluring. They can say anything, and they seem so witty and so quiptical, and they're so smart and intelligent. Well, what did they do? I'll tell you exactly what they did. They studied the literature of scripture from whatever religion it was. They learned it inside and out, and then they used that like a snake oil salesman to gather people and to lure them into the web of manipulation. These people, the communal narcissists, they are not who they claim to be, not even close. To the general public, to the everyday people in the everyday fog, they are believing in the false narrative of this person or these people. But the truth is, behind the closed doors, these communal narcissists are anything but communal. It's just a big show. And the bigger the audience and the more donations they get for their cause, the more fancy cars they buy, the more watches they buy, and the more trips and planes and everything they take. All of these things I'm sharing with you, the narcissists, what did they want to take? Your money. That's exactly what that led me up to. If you had deep pockets or if you didn't, it did not matter. Whatever money you provided for the narcissist, I'm sure you did things to improve their circumstances or their life. Maybe you paid their rent or their mortgage. Maybe you bought them a car. Maybe you bought them clothes or a smartphone, or paid their bills or their electricity or water or gas. Or maybe you gave them a house to live in. Maybe you started a business for them. Maybe you put them through school. Maybe you were buying them food or sending them money to buy things that they needed of their vices. Example, I'm not going to say what they are, but you get my point. You see, you were providing something for the narcissist, and money was another thing they were trying to take away from you. And as soon as the money disappears from you, and definitely from me, that's when the narcissist disappears also. Because if they can't get anything from you, your time, energy, money, effort, love, empathy, all these things, when these things run out, they're gone. That's exactly why the narcissist looks at people as opportunities. They look at people to manipulate. They look at people that they can take advantage of. They look at people who don't know their own value or worth. They want to keep people trapped in that fog, trapped in the cycle, trapped in the narcissistic abusive loop. The narcissist wants people to continue to give them chances, more and more opportunities to change. That is why so frequently people go back to the narcissist over and over again. Until when? Until they don't. Until they finally get the message that the narcissist never had their best interest at heart. Not in the past, not now, and they won't in the future. The narcissist just wants to keep you stuck in that mindset that you do love them and you did love them and they do love you and they did love you. None of that is true. Did you love them? Probably, yes you did. But you were believing in the false narrative of the mask. The narcissist cannot love you. They don't love their own kids. They don't love the new supply. They don't love anybody, which includes themselves. The narcissist is stuck in that zombie-like cesspool of manipulation. The pitch blackness of the pupils of their beach ball eyes just goes around and around as they're getting more and more supply. The narcissist's smirk is to be seen everywhere in photos. Notice how frequently the narcissist won't even smile in photos. Notice how frequently where the narcissist is positioned or located in photos. It wasn't next to you. It was next to perhaps the new supply, or it was next to somebody who they were grooming, or it was next to somebody who was paying for that event or whatever. The narcissist needs to be on the show. They need to be on the stage performing at all times, except for when they are abusing you behind the four walls of your house. This is why the narcissist is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. In the house, usually that's where most of the abuse and toxicity takes place, although not always. A lot of it takes place on the phone, and a lot of it takes place in cars when you're isolated, and a lot of it takes place on vacations, on your birthday, on holidays, etc. You see, the narcissist can't regulate themselves. They need somebody to do that for them. They need a sounding board. They need a walking apology. They need the unpaid helper. They need someone to not figure out who they are. That is why when you're getting so close to figuring out who these people are, that's when they will throw you a curveball and maybe give you a little dose of the love bomb / euphoric stage to get you off the scent of who they are. And then you will think, wow, they're actually not that bad. This is pretty good. And then as soon as you put your guard down, boom, here comes some more abuse. You see, the loop just keeps going around and around and around, and the narcissist is at the center of that loop. They are the one constant in the cycle. That is why you must get out of the cycle as soon as you possibly can. You need to heal, and you need to slow your life down in that cocoon of boundaries. And eventually you need to become the educated empath and reach the pinnacle of indifference, the mountaintop of indifference. But what were other things the narcissist wanted to take from you? Your relationships, maybe even with your own children or stepchildren. They did their best to drive wedges between your parenting or your co-parenting with the narcissist, because the narcissist wasn't parenting. They were counter-parenting. They did not want you to raise the kids the proper way, and yet they didn't want to raise the kids. Please play that a few times, because it's completely true. The narcissist does not have their children's best interest at heart. The narcissist will frequently not raise the children the way you did, or be around for special occasions for their children. However, when it comes graduation day and the child's about to graduate or graduate university or become a doctor or lawyer or whatever they did, the narcissist will be right there. And where will they be? They will be standing right next to the child that they did not raise, and they will be in that picture that will be in people's minds for a long time. You see, the narcissist wants to take credit for what you did. The narcissist wants to keep you without having a voice. The narcissist doesn't want you to do anything other than what they want you to do. And the narcissist wants to take away all of your energy, your time, everything I share on the channel. The narcissist, at their core, what they need is they need an energy source. They need somebody that was you. It is not you any longer, but it was you. They need someone that is the beautiful, bright, shining light to catapult them through to the next stage of their life until that relationship breaks. The narcissist is breaking every relationship they encounter, with their own kids, with their romantic interests, with their parents, with their colleagues, with the flying monkeys, yes, with the enablers, and with people that they work with. Because this is what the narcissist does. They only know one speed, and that is full speed ahead. So that's when you were in the relationship, and you would at times be talking with the narcissist. Back then you didn't know they were a narcissist, and you would be saying, hey, what's going on? I didn't sign up for this. You're not around nearly as much as you used to be. You're not even calling me by my name any longer. You're not even addressing me. You're acting like I'm not even in the house, and yet you're expecting me to cook, to clean, to pay the bills, and to do the laundry, etc., everything. Well, I don't get this. Well, when you would be talking to them about that, they would be saying, oh, I'm so busy. let's talk about it later. By the way, is dinner ready yet? Or they would be saying, I have to go do something. I'll be back in a couple hours, and maybe they wouldn't come back for 5 or 6 hours. Where do you think they were going when they were leaving you like that? That's right. Very, very confusing, wasn't it? Well, now we know. They were off to the new supply, most likely, or they were looking to distract themselves from doing anything but working on the relationship with you, because the narcissist cannot work on a relationship the way you worked on it. The way you worked on the relationship was to improve it and to put out the fires that the narcissist was starting. The way the narcissist worked on the relationship was to try and continue to destroy it and to break it. You see, they were the polar opposite of you. You were the beautiful, bright, shining light, and you still are, and they were the dark energy force. It was destined that that relationship would end. You really need to understand this. And it wasn't your fault, so be kind to yourself. Be patient with yourself. Realize you were in a relationship with a person that did not have your best interest at heart, and they were always looking elsewhere to get your replacement. I know, tough pill to swallow, but it's real. The narcissist was working on the relationship. They were working on taking as much from you as they possibly could. I've already mentioned what they took, and there were so many other things they took. Maybe your health was another one, and that's for a whole different video. But what the narcissist took, they took anything that wasn't nailed down, anything that wasn't battened down, they took. And when that relationship ended, I can assure you, if you were living with the narcissist, they took anything in that house or apartment where you were living, things that weren't even theirs, they took. Why? Because they believed that anything in the house was theirs, and they didn't want you to have it, but more importantly, they did want to have it, because the narcissist many times is a hoarder. They're a collector. They take things and they just want to keep them. And why do they keep them? They keep them in boxes, in rooms, and in warehouse facilities, and in their apartments, and in their trailers where they live, and in the basements of their complete strangers where they're staying, because they remind them of trophies of the relationship that they broke. Yes, that's a very difficult pill to swallow, but it's real. Think about it. The narcissist, let's say that they had 5 blenders. Okay, well, blender may not be the most common example, but yes, I've heard it before. Well, those blenders, they may have been from different people. Well, each one will remind them of who that person was. And you could interchange blenders with anything you wanted to. It could be jewelry, it could be a smartphone, it could be anything. This is what the narcissist wants. They want to keep their little trophies hung up in their tiny little pea brain, and they want to say to themselves, yep, I got that person. I defeated them. I beat them. I crushed them. But what they don't realize, the narcissist that is that we put ourselves back together. We heal. We pick ourselves up and dust ourselves off by the bootstraps. We rise through the ashes like a phoenix, and we heal, and we get stronger and stronger and stronger, and we eventually enter the third version of us, the strongest, most galvanized version of us known to humankind. That is a place where the narcissist never thought we would get to. It is a place where the narcissist cannot get to, and it is a place of abundance. This is where the doors of abundance will open up for you. This is where the doors of opportunity will open up for you. This is where your health will return, your finances will return, your relationships will be mended if they're healthy people, or restarted. And this is where you can take a class, teach a class, read a book, write a book. You can do whatever you want to. You can sleep in till 2 o'clock in the afternoon, or you can stay up till 4 o'clock in the morning. But now you don't have the narcissist in your proximity. Now you've conquered the narcissistic abusive cycle, and you've healed, and you understand that you are the priority. You come first, second, and third. And this is why there is no longer any room for toxicity in your life, or drama, or manipulation. And this is why you close the chapter on the book of the narcissist, because the narcissist took everything they possibly could. But what they didn't do is they didn't take you. They didn't take your soul. They didn't take your aura, your beautiful, bright, shining light. They couldn't do it. They tried their best, but they did not succeed. You are the best, the strongest, the most galvanized person the narcissist has ever met. So that's the video, everyone. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. Remember that. You are not alone. I love you all. God bless you. And remember, before I close the video, the narcissist took what they could. They took everything and anything they possibly could. And again, I know a big sticking point for many people is time. And it was for me for a while, until I practiced radical acceptance and I understood that relationship was what it was. It wasn't what I thought it was. But time and your money are the two I'll really talk about before I close the video. Your time, you can't get it back, but you need to take the lifelong learning lessons from that relationship. You need to process that relationship properly, and you need to say goodbye to that relationship, and you need to heal from it. And you shouldn't be predicting the future. No one's guaranteed to be here tomorrow. Certainly not the narcissist, and none of us are. And you need to live in the present moment, the here and the now. This is where the doors of abundance will open up for you. And the same thing with money. Many times people, they say they took such a financial hit. How are they ever going to put themselves back together? Again, that was me. We all need money to live. We all need money to support ourselves. The narcissist took whatever they could. and you most likely were giving a lot of that money on your own because you believed the narcissist cared about you or loved you. Well, we now know they don't care about anybody, they don't love anybody. But my hope is you're putting yourself back together financially, and slowly, just like I did, slowly and slowly, you're putting yourself forward, or you're moving yourself forward, and you're putting yourself back financially, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and every way possible, and your health will return also. I just want to let you know we're all on the same journey. We are all on the same path, headed in the same direction, simply taking different footsteps. Where you are today may not be where you were 3 months ago. And definitely, I will tell you this, where you are today is not where you will be 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 12 months from now, or a year from now. Understand this is a marathon, it's not a sprint. So be kind with yourself, be patient with yourself, and understand the narcissist did their best to take you down for the count, but they didn't succeed. And the narcissist, wherever they are, if they're still on the planet, that's what they're doing with other people. The thing is, you need to heal from this relationship. I love you all, God bless you, and I will talk to you tomorrow. All right, bye everybody.